Hey Parker kids, welcome back to another week of music with Miss P. I hope you all have been well. April is Jazz History Month, and this is usually the month that I like to bring in my saxophone and play some jazz for my favorite kids. Because as we learned two quizzes ago, that the saxophone is not in the orchestra typically, but the saxophone is a huge jazz instrument, and a lot of music features the saxophone, which is what I play. So lucky for you, I recorded a little video of myself playing In the Mood, which is a big band standard. So big band means there was just a lot of people in the band. They had a really big sound, and it was recorded by big band leader Glenn Miller. So please enjoy In the Mood. Woohoo! Feel free to go back to that, dance around. What I love about jazz so much is it's exciting. And there are slower types of jazz, because jazz is a type of music that has many different smaller parts that make it up. And the type of jazz that I especially love is the exciting jazz that makes you want to dance. If you did last week's quiz, jazz is often syncopated, so it's off the beat. And it has a really cool aspect called improvisation. All right, you try saying that. Say improvisation. Shortened to improv. Try improv. Cool. So improv means to make up music on the spot. It means you're not writing it down. You're not really even thinking about it too much beforehand, but you're listening to what's happening around you, and you're creating music based off of what makes sense in your mind and what's happening elsewhere. Okay? So we're gonna be practicing a little bit of that ourselves, but first we're just going to take a listen to a really typical 12-bar blues, okay? And they usually have a pretty rocking bass line, and we call this the walking bass line because it's steady, almost like you were going for a nice brisk walk, okay? So here is what a walking bass line sounds like. Why don't you go ahead and try to walk around the house, walk around the room to this nice walking bass line. Awesome. And then on top of the walking bass line would be some chords on the piano or on the rhythm guitar. I have a piano in my apartment, so I put some chords on top. Keep in mind, we all know that Miss Poloshinsky is not a piano player. I'm getting better. I'm practicing every day in quarantine, but it was not my calling, and that is okay. So I'm doing the best I can. It might feel like, oh, it's not quite on beat, because it's not, and that's okay. So when we add it together, it sounds like this. Here's a little bit of our 12-bar blues. Listen, see if you can jam, walk around, get creative, dance around a little bit. Now it's our turn to be the musicians over top of that. So that's a really typical rhythm section. So you would also add a bass to that, or maybe the bass would be playing the walking bass line. There would be chords on the piano and the guitar. And then we would have some of our brass and woodwind instruments. Typically saxophone, trumpet, and trombone are three really common instruments in a big band or small band combination. I'm assuming my pre-K, kindergarten, first and second graders don't have those instruments at home, so we're just gonna use some body percussion. You can clap, you can snap, you can tap up here, I'm gonna be patting on my desk, but we're gonna take a look at these rhythms first. Our first rhythm is just gonna be quarter notes. And as you know, I like to assign words to my rhythms to help me remember. All right, so we're gonna call all of our quarter notes jazz. And if you look, I have a little saxophone to remind us that it's jazz. Thank goodness I am not your art teacher, because it's not the best drawn saxophone, but it'll do for now. All right, kind of looks like a duck. That's okay. I can't wait for Mrs. English to come back. She can really teach you how to draw a saxophone. All right, so just be my echo. It's gonna sound like this: jazz, 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 jazz. Awesome, try it one more time. Jazz, 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 jazz. Great, okay. So the next type of rhythm we have are our eighth notes, and they are quicker than our jazzes. All right, and I'm calling them improv. Remember, to make up music on the spot, that's why there are little question marks around them, because you didn't know what the music was before. It came right from your mind, okay? It's gonna sound like this: improv, 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 improv. Oh, that's quick. Let's try it one more time. Improv, 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 improv. Good work. All right, the last rhythm or note you need to know is a rest. Now, my first and second graders, we've definitely talked about this, and you've seen them, right? We sometimes call them the squiggles, sometimes we call them a shh. And it's where you take a break. It's silence, okay? I drew underneath them a smiley face with sunglasses, because when you see that rest, I just want you to sit back and look cool, just like this. But they're kind of quick, so you can't really take that much time, but there's no sound during our rests, okay? All right, so here we go. That's gonna sound like this. Right now, I'm gonna do a shh sound, and then I'm gonna practice it without the shh sound too, okay? So this is what we have. We have shh, jazz, shh, jazz. Awesome. So this time we're going to try to see if we can have silence, okay, on that first beat. And it's going to sound like this: jazz, jazz. Great work. All right. So then the next part is we have to learn the three combinations, the three patterns that are actually in this little 12-bar blues that we're going to work on, okay? So the first one looks like this. My turn first. Improv, jazz, improv, jazz. Nice work. Let's try it one more time. Improv, jazz, improv, jazz. Beautiful. That's going to happen the most. It happens 4 times, then we take a little break, then it happens another 2 times, then we take a little break, and then we end with it being 2 times, okay? Our second pattern is going to look like this. All right, we have our jazz, jazz, Did you see those 2 rests? I'm going to try it one more time. We're going to try not to do sh, is, because a lot of my 2nd graders have moved past that. But if it helps you, feel free to add in your own sh so you remember what the rest is, okay? So the 2nd pattern, my turn first. Jazz, jazz. Beautiful. And our final pattern only happens once in this whole little phrase, okay? And it's improv, improv, jazz, jazz. Beautiful. All right, let's try that one more time, just for funsies. Improv, improv, jazz, jazz. Great. So now we're ready to add some music to it, okay? And here we go. I'm going to have my voice the whole time, and the words are going to be right above it, okay? So it should be able to guide you. It's kind of quick. If you need to listen the first time, that's fine. And if you want to pause and rewind and keep going back so you can practice, great. I hope you do. All right, here we go on adding it with our music. Improv jazz, 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 improv jazz, improv jazz, improv jazz, improv jazz, improv, improv jazz, 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 improv jazz, improv jazz, improv jazz. Great, I hope that went well. So my challenge for you is I'm gonna put that audio on again, and I want you to just try and create your own rhythms. All right, you can use our improvs, you can use our jazzes. You can do whatever you want to, okay? This is some of your first introduction into just exploring improvising. There's nothing right or wrong. It's just what sounds good to you. And if you make mistakes, great. I make mistakes every single day. And jazz is full of mistakes, and they're actually sometimes kind of on purpose. It's pretty cool. I cannot wait to talk to you more about jazz and more about music, and I cannot wait to see you all again. I hope you enjoy this week's music lesson. So just go ahead and have some fun. Maybe make your own instruments, see what sound you can make, and make some music, all right? And for your viewing pleasure, there will be a nice picture of me looking like a cool jazz cat while you listen to this 12-bar blues the last time. Have a great week, Parker kids. Miss you.